What's up, everybody? I'm Toby.
Christian.
And we're here today to review the Yeet Street Discs Petra. But first, we're at Mando's in Washington, Auburn, Washington, and we're going to check out a few similar discs before we go out and throw them in a field.
So other stuff that would be comparable would be the Latitude 64 Claymore, similar numbers at least. We'll see how they fly.
A very similar disc, quite similar, is the Pathfinder.
Another one would be the Origin by Discmania. Again, similar numbers. We'll see how they fly in comparison.
The Clash discs vary. Some people think this is probably a little flippy. We'll see.
And then last but not least, the Hex, which also might be a really similar mold. Again, same numbers, similar numbers. So we're going to get them out in the field and we're going to see how they go. Glidey, neutral, mid-range. So far, we like it. So we're going to see how they compare with all the rest of them that are in the same family.
We'll throw some on Annie. We'll throw some on Heiser. We'll throw some flat. We'll see what happens. Let's go to the field. And we're back. Here we are at the park. Did you change?
The same person I've always. Oh yeah, no, I changed.
Always the same, always changing. So we're back at the park. We're gonna throw some discs. We got a few different discs that we'll show you as we're throwing them. We're gonna let some discs out flat, let some out on Annie, let some out on Heiser, see how they fly.
Let's do it.
We got a little crosswind, by the way. Little.
It's about a tail right to left. Yeah.
That's right, to left. We got a right to left. Let's see what happens. Let's start with the Petra. Flat.
All right, so I have a Petra. It looks like Toby's, but I promise it's not. So I'm gonna get the Petra out there flat. Again, we've got a bit of a tail right to left, so we'll see what happens.
One of my favorite discs in my bag, the Hex. Same numbers, let's see if it flies the same.
All right, we're gonna do the Pathfinder. This is the disc I'm pretty sure that the Petra is molded off of. It's a great disc either way, but we're gonna go flat.
Same flight numbers, Clash Berry. I love this disc, hasn't been in my bag a while. Let's give it a throw.
All right, I'm also gonna throw the berry. So this is the Sunny berry. So they're slightly different plastic. Supposed to be a little more stable. We'll see. I don't find them to be quite as glidey. I think the Petra is a little more glidey and a little straighter. I get a little more turn out of this. So here we go.
Pretty sure same flight numbers on a Truth, 55-11, South Sound Classic. Let's give this a whirl.
All right, I'm gonna throw the Cherry. Cherry's flight numbers are actually, as advertised, 55-21. I don't think that's quite right. It's not the flight I get out of it. This is like my favorite disc in my bag right now, so we're just gonna put it out there straight. It's gonna go straight.
MD3, similar flight numbers, 5501. Christian says it's a little more stable. I'm gonna let it out flat and see what happens.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get an Eclipse Hex. I don't know what Toby threw. Did you throw a standard one? What did you throw?
Neutron.
You threw a Neutron. So we're gonna throw an Eclipse. Should be slightly more stable. Generally with MVP, that's how they roll. So we'll throw it flat. Low burner. But held the line, did the flat thing.
Last but not least, the White River Open Mako 3. I've got one of these at home. You might remember Silver Fox edition. I think this is gonna be a little bit more understable. Let's see what happens when we throw it flat. Oh, and I threw it in the air so high.
We're gonna throw the Infinite Discs Chariot. I think it's a 5501 or a 00, so it's gonna be a little less stable, but it's in the same family. So let's put it out there flat.
All right, we're gonna run through again, throw them again, this time on a little bit of Annie. I'll start with the Petra again.
All right, we're gonna get this Petra out. Again, like Toby said, we're gonna get these out on Annie. So let's see what we can do.
Sorry. All right, the hex, you know I love this disc. What I've noticed throwing this disc with a little bit of Annie is it generally holds it pretty tight, so we'll see what it does out here with a little bit of left-right wind.
All right, let's get the Eclipse hex out. I'm gonna try not to throw it into the atmosphere this time, and just give it a good Annie line, see if it comes out of it or holds it the whole time. Nice to not throw it nose up too.
Barry, Annie.
That's a good one.
So much better, Jesus.
Yeah, we like that. All right, I'm gonna try to throw the berry on Annie. Well, at least it went right.
MD3, Annie. I might be putting this disc in my bag.
All right, let's get this Pathfinder out here on Annie. See if I can actually throw Annie today.
Let's go with the falls. Just kidding, it's the truth.
All right, we're gonna get this cherry out on Annie.
This is Christian's favorite disc.
True. Man. Apologies for all the nose up today. Sorry.
Hey Clash, when are you putting the cherry in production? The good old Innova Mako 3, Annie style.
All right, possibly the least stable of the group, this Chariot. So we'll be nice to it.
All right, so what did we think of the Petra, Christian?
I like it. It's a neutral mid-range. I feel like for beginner arms, advanced arms, depending on what you're looking for, I don't feel like it's a wholly unique disc by any stretch of the imagination. However, it's a disc that everyone should have. So I like the plastic more than I like other plastics. The flight is very similar again to other discs. So, pick one up. Actually hold it, get an idea for the plastic, because I think that is going to be the determining factor for most people with most discs. Did it fly similar to the Hex? Yes, it did. Did it fly similar to the Pathfinder? Also, yes. Do you like the feel of a Pathfinder or a Hex over the Petra? So again, putting the stuff in your hands and actually getting them out into a field, I think is going to be the most important thing. But did I like it? I did.
I might be a little biased in my review, but I do really like the Petra. I think it's got a little more glide than a couple of the other mids that I throw in my bag. And so had I started with this as an option, I absolutely would have kept this in my bag and used it from day one. There's probably some other options in my bag that I do use more often, like the Hex, etc. But the Petra has worked its way back in my bag. I like it when I've got a long shot that I can get some glide out of. I know I'm gonna get a little finish out of. And like you said, I really like the way this feels in my hand. So big shout out to the guys at Yeet Street. I think you gotta check them out. I don't know, Christian, let's talk about it. What do you think? Is this a hurry up, go out and buy it? Is this a find a friend who's got one and try it? Or is it a hell no, no way, deny it? What do you think?
I think if you have a friend who has one, go do that. If for no other reason, again, thanks Yeet Street. It's just not, again, it's not something that you can't find in a different disc, but I absolutely think that if you can get a hold of one, you should.
Get a hold of one. If you're just starting out, I definitely say you gotta buy it. If you're in the middle of your game and you just wanna try some new plastic and a new disc, find a friend and try it. So that's our review of the Petra. Thanks you guys for checking us out. We're gonna bring some more stuff your way. I don't know. Who knows what's next? What's next is gonna be a tournament here at Ralphie in a couple weekends. You guys take care. We'll talk soon.